Welcome back. Time for sports. Mira, are we any closer in the NHL to an agreement?
No. Nowhere near any closer, Andrew. Talks were set to resume today between the NHL players and the owners. The two sides are no closer to coming to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement because they didn't meet today. Only Commissioner Gary Bettman, Bill Daly, and NHLPA's Donald and Steve Fear held a private meeting. Talks are expected to take place tomorrow.
I will say that, you could probably observe there's some degree of frustration going on between the parties, but that doesn't surprise anybody. You get up in the morning and you try and work that day to see if you can make progress, and if you don't find an agreement that day, you do it again the next day, and you keep doing it until you find a way. And I know that sounds trite perhaps, and I know that sounds simplistic, but it also captures the essence of what you do.
Well, believe it or not, there are some parties in the NHL who can agree on money and large amounts of it. The Edmonton Oilers inked Taylor Hall to a 7-year contract extension worth $42 million today. That makes him the highest paid player on the Oilers roster. The 20-year-old was taken first overall in the 2010 draft, the first of 3 straight #1 picks for the Oil. He tallied 27 goals and had 26 assists in 61 games before his season was cut short due to a shoulder injury. Well, trying to crack a Junior A roster, not an easy thing to do. The Victoria Grizzlies recruits continue to battle it out, trying to catch the eye of head coach Bill Bestwick and his staff. It was just day 2 last night of camp for the young Grizz, and there's plenty of rust yet to shake off. Bestwick spent a year away from hockey too, but claims no rust has formed on those keen hockey senses, and training camp never gets old.
How many training camps is this for you?
Oh, God. Rapidly approaching probably 20 or so, but they're all good and they're all different, and they're all exciting and fun and optimistic. A lot of positive energy for the first few days, and it's so neat to see how good the kids are. Every year the kids just get better and better.
The Grizzlies urge everyone to come out for Friday's final inter-squad game at Wanda Fuca. Admission is by donation, with full proceeds going toward pet adoption. Some of the world's top women golfers are spending the week just across the water. The 2012 CN Canadian Open tees off tomorrow at the Vancouver Golf Club. A strong contingent of Canadians will make up the field, 16 in total from the 50 field. But don't be surprised if American golf sensation Michelle Wie boasts the biggest gallery. Look how much fun she's having at the Vancouver Golf Club. The 22-year-old golfer is trying to keep a positive frame of mind as she's been having a very tough year. Wie is currently ranked 39th in the world. She was a runner-up at last year's Open in Quebec. Her last title was when she won the Canadian Open 2 years ago in Winnipeg, and she sure would love another champagne shower on Sunday in Coquitlam.
I really hope so. I think it's been I haven't won since then. And, I keep reliving that moment. There's a picture of me holding a trophy in my house, and I look at it, and it's some good times, and I definitely want to relive it. So, I'm going to work extra hard this week and hopefully get to hold that trophy again, because that would be really nice.
Wie's trophy case is already impressive. At age 10, she became the youngest player to qualify for a USGA Amateur. Also the youngest winner of the U.S. Women's Amateur and the youngest to qualify for an LPGA Tour event. At the tender age of 12, Wie said she wanted to play in the Masters one day. And now that things have changed at Augusta National, well, she may get that chance.
I think that it's great that they have, members. They're allowing women members now. I think that's awesome. I think that, it's great that women have a chance to play the golf course. Playing the Masters has obviously always been a dream of mine, but you got to dream big, and, you never know. But that'll always be a dream of mine.
With 2 games, 1 week, the BC Lions are certainly a busy bunch. Fresh off a Sunday thumping of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, the West's top-ranked team will head to Winnipeg to face another struggling Prairie team.
Hey, good job, man.
Well, Andrew Harris does most of his talking on the field through his actions, but during Sunday's game against the Riders, well, you could hear most of what the star tailback was saying and breathing. Harris was mic'd up, getting the crowd pumped up, and despite a relatively quiet game, both on the ground and in the air, Harris and the Leos manhandled the Riders 23-5. He's undoubtedly feeling pretty good, heading back to Winnipeg to face his hometown Blue Bombers. The Bombers are 2-5 on the season.
They just came up with a big win. So, the CFL is so up and down and so all over the place all the time. So you never know. It's whoever comes to play on that certain day, and the team can win. So for us, we just know we want to get 2 points, and we want to be the first team to get the 6 wins.
buddy here, he's going to step in. So it doesn't matter
Hey,
what
look
play
at that.
we're
There's
doing,
Andrew
it's all the
Harris
same for us.
shirts on the John Barsby practice field in Nanaimo. And you know that it's back to school. It's creeping up when the high school football teams return to regular practice. The John Barsby Bulldogs have been hard at it all week. Defense back the junior varsity dogs to the BC Championship last season, and defend is the goal this season. To get his team primed for battle, Coach Rob Stevenson has scheduled some exhibition games with some of the province's top teams, including September 7th, a home game against the AAA champs, the Mount Doug Rams.
We open up with 3 solid opponents, with the Mount Douglas Rams, followed by a new squad that's a real up-and-comer called the GW Graham Grizzlies out of Chilliwack, and then we travel to Abbotsford to go play WJ Mowat, which is another AAA big boy. So at the end of those 3 weeks, we're going to just know who we are and where we've got to go. We love our football over here at John Barsby, and this is the happy time.
Well, how much do you want to bet the Cleveland Indians have had just about enough of Michael Saunders for one season? Mariners center fielder had his way with the Indians pitching staff, and today Saunders took Zach McAllister yard for his 4th home run in 6 games. This was his first inning, his 14th of the season. That's a career high. You can make it 8 straight wins for the M's. 3-1 was the final in this one. Imagine, Andrew, if they make the playoffs. They are now 7 games back of the wild card.
That's close.
It could happen. They're no longer the worst team in baseball either, so
They're within striking distance.
that's what we say, striking distance. So it would be cool to see Michael Saunders maybe get into the playoffs.
It would. There's always hope in sports.
It'd be nice to see him get 20 home runs.
That would.
Could happen. We'll cross our fingers.
Thanks, Myra.
You're welcome.